Oh, baby. Did we ever have a good episode today? He's back. Mr. Jaws Fit.
Yes,
John
sir.
Lee. Absolute unit. An amazing human being. You are looking large and in charge, my friend.
Yes. I've made some gains since the last time we spoke for sure. And I see
Yeah,
that you've been on a mission yourself.
I've made some opposite. It's funny because you don't really realize it when it's happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like these it's wild how hard it is to build good habits. It's even wilder how easy it is to build bad habits. So pre this is funny for me to say because although it's 2025 and we live in weirdo world, I don't believe that males can give birth to babies, but my pre-pregnancy weight
Yeah.
when my wife got pregnant was 225, which was already heavier than my height should allow
Right.
on, and body size. And at my heaviest, when my wife was pregnant, I was 245.
Oh. So
I go
like
like
was it
this, but
what
it
what
should
was
be.
the yeah, what was your mindset during that time like? Because obviously, it takes a certain mindset to allow yourself to ease off the gas. And a lot of times people say, I have a baby coming, and it just use their excuses at the end of the day, right? So
It was definitely an excuse. And so my mindset was okay. I'm still lifting heavy things up and putting them down, so we're good.
makes sense.
I was still going to the gym 5 days a week, but it wasn't keeping up to the amount of garbage foods that I was eating. And then you tie
Yeah.
that into knowing that I'm about to have a baby, and that might not be I'm not going to have the freedom that I used to have
Mm.
anymore, and I don't. But
Yeah.
um, I'm down to 205 now,
Hell
which
yeah.
is 20 pounds less than pre-pregnancy. I am the healthiest I've ever been. The strength hasn't gone anywhere. I still have my strength, and yet I've got a nice six pack, obliques,
That's
and
amazing.
I don't look like a squirrel with his mouth full of fucking nuts because my face is so inflamed. That was huge for me. Because I mean I have a son and I want to
Yeah.
lead by we talked about before we hopped on here talked about leadership, and I want to lead by example. It has always been an absolute fucking embarrassment that the dad bod became a thing.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't care what you fucking say, ladies. You would 100% prefer your man to be in shape and looking good.
100%. Yeah.
You're fucking lying. You are making excuses. You're justifying your story and your life and what's
Yes.
going on by, oh yeah, no, I like a dad, but oh
Right.
yeah, oh
I
yeah,
mean, this person might rustle some feathers when I say this, but
good,
I personally think them saying that is coming out of a place of insecurity, because
100%.
they don't feel like they are deserving of a better man.
Yep,
And in a relationship, when the guy looks better than them, that brings on that insecurity.
yep.
And that's why high value women will go for the most high value man, and they always look amazing.
Yep. Yeah, it's self-respect.
Right.
It's like your partner cheating on you and then still staying with them after. Like you have zero fucking self-respect if that's the case. No, again, that there's going to be a lot of ruffling of feathers in this episode, brother, and
Yeah.
that's okay. If you're sensitive to it, please don't take things personally.
Right.
Four agreements. Agreement number two: don't take it's either two or three. The other ones don't make assumptions. But yeah, don't take this personally. Just reflect. If you are taking it
hmm
personally, chances are
hmm
this might be the type of message that you needed to hear.
Absolutely. Whatever I just find whatever triggers that come your way, it's essentially a cue, a sign from the
Mhm.
universe, from God, that there are unresolved things inside of you that needs to be resolved.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of like it's trauma and things that things that need to be resolved, and
Yeah.
this is the root cause to addiction.
Mm.
Addiction is a symptom of unresolved trauma. It's you numbing yourself or
Yeah.
going another way, and please keep in mind that addiction isn't just drugs and alcohol.
Hmm.
It's, I mean, and it's not just gambling or shopping or eating.
Right.
There's a lot of people that I know that are genuinely addicted to drama.
Addicted to drama, addicted to work, right? They
Yeah,
bury themselves in it's
yeah,
all again a form of escapism because they're not ready to face the pain that they have within them.
because
And
they're too busy being a human doing, not a human being.
mm,
Because you're doing all these things. I just listened to a book called Master Yourself, which is actually interesting that I bring up the four agreements because Master Yourself is written by Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. and Four Agreements is written by his dad, Don Miguel Ruiz.
okay,
Oh, I'm getting a call from someone that I almost guarantee you know. He
yeah,
is a very well-known Instagram influencer. He's got 820,000 followers, but
okay. You need to pick
you're
it up by all means,
no,
man.
you're more important, brother. I'm living in this moment right now.
Okay, I hear that. I
I
like
can
that.
call him back. This is, I have this time right now scheduled to have a good conversation with you. So, my follow up book to Master Yourself is what I wanted to bring into the topic. And we kind of
Mm,
talked about this the other day. The book is called The Semen Retention Miracle.
okay, yeah. Tell me
This
about it. Let me explain further about that.
All right, all right, all right. It's interesting because again, going back to addiction, porn is a very, very damaging addiction.
Hmm.
And it happens
A
because
lot more damaging than people think, psychologically and even spiritually.
here's a saying that I've said for quite some time now because I've always kind of not always, but I've been on both sides of it and I understand the dangers of being
Hmm.
addicted to porn. Porn is free because you
Yeah.
pay for it with your soul.
Ooh, that's powerful.
It is, and it's so true.
Yeah.
It flaws your belief system. It flaws your views on other people.
Hmm.
Flaws your views on the sex that you're attracted to and expectations.
Yeah, and it even it skews your perception on like the nature of what sex should be about is
Yes.
for.
Yeah.
It's
You go in there and you just like a rabbit, release, get out of there, and
right,
don't realize that sex is an acronym for sacred energy exchange.
right, exactly.
I do believe that that it is very detrimental to your being, your
Mm.
soul, if you're running around and sticking it in or getting it stuck in you from whoever. You
From
don't fucking
whoever,
know.
yes,
You don't know
yeah,
who ends up
and
what
like
this person's like.
well, like you said, it's a sacred energy exchange, and based on the energies that you have in your own body, can then be therefore exchanged into yours. And I personally believe, I don't know if there's any studies that have proven this, but there are energies from, let's say, past traumas or any kind of any kind of negative experiences that you have went through, any kind of resentment, grudge, shame, guilt
Hmm.
that can be passed on energetically if you're sleeping with the wrong person.
With you without you having a fucking clue.
Exactly.
And
Next thing you know,
and
you sleep with someone. Yeah, you might have an instant, a sense of gratification and pleasure. But
yeah,
next thing you know, the next day you're feeling depressed. You're feeling, lazy. You're feeling unproductive. Well, why is that?
yeah, and sometimes it happens almost fucking immediately. It's weird.
Right.
And then okay, so there's a big part that like so in the beginning of this book they talk about how like we think that our balls create the semen and that's that.
Mm,
It's quite the fucking process actually. For every drop of semen that requires 40 to 80 drops of blood to create.
mm,
It also robs you of your minerals and nutrients like selenium.
You're saying
And
every time you ejaculate?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because there's a reason why you do, and then it's like, okay, I'm ready for a fucking nap because it's your
Right,
energy.
right. Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm going more and more into this book. I've got about an hour of it left, and it's I've been that's my workout music.
Mm.
Listening to a book on semen retention, like what the fuck? But
I can see where you're at in your life right now. It's great to see actually.
yeah, I just like learning. I like
You're
evolving.
in a yeah, you're in a place right now where you want to master yourself. And part of that is, you know, sexual restraint.
And that's I would say one of the biggest things is if you can go 30 days, you can fucking do anything.
Hmm.
It's pretty wild the experiences that people have. Like they'll kick, so like, oh hey, if I can do this, I can kick out that habit, and like your energy just starts going to the right way. So you might think of, oh well, what about blue balls, and you need to release. We've been lied to on that one. Even though people like Nikola Tesla, Michelangelo, Da Vinci, Steve Jobs, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, they all swear by it. There's
Semen retention, eh?
fighters. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of it, but one fighter would retain for 6 weeks prior to his fight because
Mm.
now he's got going into that fight, he hasn't released or wasted this energy, this life
Yeah,
force.
right.
And it turns out after 2 weeks, your body starts your body will absorb it and all of the minerals and everything that come with it. So for people that have ED to on one side of the spectrum to guys that premature ejaculate,
Yeah. Yeah.
semen retention is the answer.
Mm. Okay.
It's a taboo subject, but we got to understand, like, in a world that looshes our energy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean when I say the world looshes our energy?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the whole entire matrix is a loose,
Yeah.
extracting machine.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and you look at, okay, what the thing that we pay monthly probably the most for is energy,
Yeah.
gas, electricity, and how do we pay for that? Well, we pay for it with our money. How do we get our money? We trade our energy to
Hmm.
generate that money so that we can pay for more energy.
Right.
It's the
Everything is an energy exchange.
intermediary to making like that. That's your energy that's gone. And if we knew energy in the way that Nikola Tesla, who was very smart for a number of different reasons, uh,
Hmm.
had like fusion energy that drew energy from the ether, and we didn't have to pay for our energy, we'd be able to focus on the things that we want to focus on,
Makes sense.
like healing and evolving. You talk about
Yeah.
past trauma, your body stores up to 14 generations of trauma. That's a
Epigenetics.
lot. That's a lot of trauma.
Yeah. We don't even realize we're even carrying it.
No, and once you do start realizing that, because you've started the healing process, you realize
Yeah.
that for the last 14 generations, nobody's fucking done anything for healing,
That's right. Yeah. But
right?
we're in a golden age right now where I think people are
Yes.
starting to really understand, the whole entire like the veil is being lifted, right? And I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
people are starting to understand what everyone's innate purpose on earth here is to do, which is to evolve your soul. And the
yep.
only way you can evolve your soul is by understanding yourself to the highest degree, including everything, traumas, the behavioral patterns, thought patterns, decisions, why you make decisions. Understand yourself to the highest degree and course correcting and pivoting so that you can ascend your soul to a place where you reach what they call enlightenment.
Yeah, they talk about that in Master Yourself, and they talk about how we are the only self-domesticating mammal or animal on this planet, and we do it based off of what we're taught and what, traditions we're brought into, and
Right.
we wear there's all these different masks or layers that we put on ourselves. Most of them are all trauma based and trauma filled and come from a place of lack. Where,
Yes. Scarcity.
and yes, lack and scarcity. And, there's the mask that we put on ourselves, the mask that we
Hmm.
put on others, and then there's the masks that others put on us.
Hmm.
And oddly enough, that's the one that we actually pay attention to the most because of the domestication and worrying about what other people think
Right.
about what we're doing. And
Yeah.
so then, when you wear that mask, you stop living authentically,
Hmm.
and you
Yes.
just do what you think you're supposed to do
Yes. And
instead of
you fall into that sometimes unconsciously. You fall
absolutely.
yeah, you fall into the people pleasing kind of nature. And growing up, I never thought I was a people pleaser. I
Hmm.
never thought I seek validation. Little did I realize that was my whole life was constructed around that. I pursued bodybuilding success in the past for 12 years just to feel like I was worthy of my parents' love. And that's where it all stemmed from, right? I didn't realize that. And, I had to heal the relationship with my parents to understand that.
Good for you,
And
man.
it took me falling into a drug addiction
Hmm.
in order for me to, experience that healing process, right? And not everyone needs to go through an addiction or experience massive tragedy or chaos or pain in their life to, have like an opening to heal.
Yep.
But I think it just does require massive critical self-assessment and
Yep.
self-reflection
Yep.
to really understand yourself to the highest degree. And again, like just to fall back on the triggers is the a very great first place to start.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've we all have good days and bad days.
Yeah,
Bad days are almost they've slowly but surely become my favorite days because those are the days that I'm going to grow and learn the most from. And how you interact and react from those days make a very big difference on what, how that healing goes.
big time,
The
man.
universe, God, creator will continue to give you your lessons in whatever way you need to until you learn from them.
Mm-hmm.
We all have an incredible opportunity to learn from every situation that we're in. You don't have to learn from every, it's not all like that. Just fall in love with learning because you're always going to be.
Yeah,
And you will love every situation that you're in. And you get yourself into a true place of gratitude. That's
yeah.
actually, this is something that I didn't expect to, but do want to bring up is there's gratitude and then there's gratitude, but it's like,
Okay.
like, oh, I'm really grateful for what's happening to me,
Right.
but,
Yes.
this
Yeah.
could be better, or I wish it went that. You're not grateful then.
No.
It's just literally being grateful for
Yeah.
every situation that you're in.
You have to embody it. It's an energy. It's a frequency.
Yes, if you want to figure out the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. The
Hmm.
energy that we are gets relayed out through the frequency that we operate on,
Mm.
and that vibrates out to the world and then reverberates back.
Yes.
And it's important from what I've found, not that my opinion to whoever's listening to this really matters because it's up to
Yeah.
you
Yep.
to make this decision for yourself.
Mm.
But that frequency is everything. And it is very much like a boomerang. I have
Yeah.
been on a quest. You talked about our overall objective to evolve in. I think our now having a kid, I was like, oh yeah, no, I feel like I have more purpose. Absolutely do. Absolute truth to that.
Yes. Yes.
I used to think having kids was your objective, was our
Right.
objective because it helped procreate.
As
That
human
is a,
beings. Right.
yes, it is a subjective. Our my job is in, hydrogen therapy, water filtration, all that. That's how I make money.
Mhm.
That's where I put my energy to create the income that I need to survive in this weird world that we live in.
Yeah.
But our overall objective as a collective is
Yeah.
to be here to anchor and usher in world peace, love, and harmony. That
Mm.
cannot be done when your inner peace is non-existent.
Yeah.
You have
That's why.
to,
That's why the way you change the world is by changing yourself.
yes, exactly, because your energy, based on a frequency of gratitude, love,
Yeah.
peace, harmony,
Mm. Hmm.
vibrates out and
That's
then
right.
comes back in. We all, I would say it's safe to say we all want world peace, but it's
Yep.
like, what's going on in here? What are you doing in here? Like, how's your peace? You can't expect your external world to ever see peace if your internal world doesn't experience it at all. And I
Yeah.
am of the firm belief that world peace, love, and harmony is not
It's
only
possible.
possible, it's probable in our lifetime. It's happening. It's already happened.
I can see
It's
it.
just tuning into that frequency.
Yeah.
And
But
it's
here's the thing: like we have an entire infrastructure working against that,
absolutely
trying to keep people in a state of fear, lack, scarcity, right? With all the debt that's out
distractions.
there, right? And they're just trying to set such highly impossible, status and money objectives that it makes
Hmm.
people feel like they're not living a good enough of a life.
Yep.
When simply you can just literally, you know, be on a farm without any interaction with, industrialized life,
Yep.
and just be happy, be grateful that
Just
you
be.
have, just
Yeah.
be. And
Yeah.
that itself is an energy that will start to vibrate or radiate out into the universe, which will
Yep.
then raise the vibration of the collective consciousness.
Out and back in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean that's the way we were meant to live. That's the way wild humans lived. And we've turned into farmed. We're farmed.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
For lack of better words, and really it's actually a pretty bang on explanation,
Yeah.
are farmed.
we are being
We are
we are
raised
being formed for our energy, and it's like I said earlier, the matrix is a energy extracting, no, it's a loose extracting farm,
Mhm.
taking away our energy because we are always constantly in that state of lack, scarcity, and fear, and they take that energy and use it for themselves to as their own life form or
So
life force.
if our objective, our overall collective objective, while all having our own individual unique subjectives from the collective objective, is to usher in and anchor world peace, love, and harmony, that explains why they have so many distractions.
Hmm.
Because if you look at the word distraction, to distract, it's to literally come
Wow.
off track of your objection. And so that's why there's breads and circuses and always has been. That's
Crazy.
it is why. And you know what? The breads for circuses makes that's easy to understand. Professional sports, Hollywood, all that look over here stuff.
That's all the distraction as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's their biggest and best distraction. Like your television telelize your vision through
Yeah.
programs that are programming you on a channel. It's being channeled to you. It's like
Yeah.
um, that's there. There's that, and then breads, right? How much? Like I get. This is very Matrix, the movie
Yeah.
ish. Like how much time and energy do we put into food? Like, let's just talk about dinner. I want to make a nice dinner. I made a nice steak for my wife and son yesterday. I gotta go to the butcher, get that steak, come back home. I gotta turn the barbecue on, cook it, let
Hmm.
it rest, and then we're gonna spend probably the least amount of time out of all of this eating the food, and then you gotta clean up for it, and like one meal ends up being like hours of your time.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, it we gotta eat, not as much as I think people realize.
Yeah.
But there, we got to eat. And don't get me wrong, I love food. Again, I got to 245 for a fucking reason. Um,
I got to 240 at one point, and I'm only 5'5".
yeah, that's pretty.
I'm a foodie myself, so I totally get what it's like to be gluttonous.
Yeah, enjoy yourself, live life. Don't take life too seriously. You're never going to get out alive.
Yeah.
Um, and
But
it's
there's a fine line between enjoying life versus just straight disrespect to the vessel that you've been given.
And that's the thing, and that's one of the things that I teach people very frequently as the H2 water expert. What hydrogen does, it helps you reestablish a balance that many people have lost at a cellular level, and then
Mm.
your body works in an optimal way, and all of a sudden it starts doing the amazing things that our bodies are meant to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Through the many distractions in this world, we think we're at fucking peak of human existence.
No, no.
Yeah, that explains why the age expectancy is actually going down now. Like it used to be 82, now it's like 79. It's like
Yeah.
there's a fucking reason for that. It's because we're slowly but surely killing ourselves. It's death by a thousand cuts,
Hmm.
right? Like if I go and eat a cupcake or a six pack of cupcakes, like I did when my wife was pregnant,
Yeah.
it's not going to kill me right away. But if I continue to fucking do that, it's gonna
Hmm.
fucking kill me. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get diabetes, I'm gonna get fat and morbidly obese, and then die earlier, which is exactly what they want because they just want us to come in, use our energy, and get the fuck out of here, and then reincarnate and do it all over again.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. That's a cycle.
Oh, it's a toxic one. They
Yeah.
tell
Well, that's how they keep us trapped on this physical 3D plane is through, like I guess they call it the seven deadly sins for a reason, right?
yep,
Gluttony, lust, greed. What else? I don't know the other ones, but like there's every one of those is a form of addiction.
yep,
And if you're ever attached to anything, that's why I try to live by the law of detachment, being detached emotionally, being detached, from anything nothing should ever have a grasp on you. Even if, let's say, for example, you get dumped, right? And you're now
mm-hmm.
emotionally being invested into this breakup, you allow that breakup to then steer your decision, steer your happiness, steer how you're
Steal your
showing up every
energy.
single day, and steal your energy. Then essentially that you're giving your whole life towards that attachment. And if you can live from a place of detachment, now you are taking that power back into your own hands,
Yep,
and you essentially live your life on your own terms,
yep,
which I feel like everyone needs to have the power to do with everything that we are presented and offered here on Earth. Right. So whether that's
absolutely.
food, materialistic items, even relationships, love, even like you got to be detached.
Yep. I used to pray and manifest abundance. Before that, it was wealth, and before that, it was money. And as I've evolved,
Yeah,
I pray and manifest alignment.
I love that.
And alignment only comes with detachment.
Yes.
When we die, or when our physical bodies die, because I don't believe in death the way that we were taught death, and we die and go into the ground and that's it. Um, it's you're judged. You're not judged on the materials you had, how much money you had in your
Yeah.
bank. You're judged by two things: the love that you give and the love that you receive. And that is simple and complicated all at the same time.
Hmm.
It's more simple though. It's just love. Show your love. I know so many people that are working on their inner child, and it's like, yo,
Yeah,
your inner child doesn't need work. Your inner child needs
yeah,
love.
that's right. That's right. It's not about understanding your past wounds and traumas. It's about healing it, and the only way you heal it is by feeling. And
Yes.
when you feel and you allow the floodgates of love to flow through, or to open so that love can flow through, that's when you start really, evolving your soul.
Yeah, absolutely. Love is meant to flow freely. And the more we block it with these attachments
Mm-hmm.
to distractions,
Mm.
the less we let it flow and we just get stuck
Yeah.
in that toxic loop. There's, like if you're, it's usually like a joke and not a joke, but like in a movie, like the person's like been hurt badly and they're like, oh, don't go into the light. Don't go into the light. There's absolute truth to that. You go through the light. Going into the light is how we get stuck in these toxic cycles.
That's right. So yeah,
Yes.
so I've heard.
Yeah, yeah. Not that I've experienced this
Yeah.
myself, but I have almost died before. Not a
You're good.
true, yeah, not a true near-death experience in that, I saw a pearly gate and I saw the light or had a feeling.
Okay.
My dad had a few experiences like that. He was always very fascinated on near-death experiences.
Okay.
Um,
I think
but
just to chime in on that, I
yeah,
think everyone's near-death experience is going to be different based off your own belief system.
absolutely, absolutely.
So if you
So,
believe in an entity that is God,
yeah.
whatever entity that is, then I believe you're going to be greeted by that specific God.
And this is actually how how they get you stuck in the cycle is whatever your belief
Mm.
system. I've heard this before. I think it's Samuel Lee, the one we share his
Oh yeah,
posts
yeah,
quite a bit.
yep.
I actually know one of my affiliates actually knows him personally, and I'm looking forward to having a conversation with him.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
But he was saying that yeah, well, whatever we believe in, whether it's Christ or just the universe being a light energy, it's gonna go through your past with you, and
Hmm.
it's gonna give you opportunities to go back and make things
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And this is the detachment. You have to let this shit go so that you can actually step into your highest self. And fuck, are we ever powerful?
Yeah. Most people
And
don't
I
realize
and I
that.
just I don't just mean that physically. And I so going back to the and near death experience, mine was just like I physically should have died. Not should have, but like I very easily could have. It's what got me into water and hydrogen. I was in a really bad ATV accident.
Mm.
I fractured my skull, got traumatic brain injury, and I almost broke my C1, C2 vertebrae, which would have at best left me a quadriplegic breathing through a tube.
Crazy.
And literally almost like that's I was one of four ATV accidents at Royal Columbian Hospital that night. The guy to the right of me did not make it out of the hospital, and I
Jeez.
was very close to being that guy too. That's oddly enough, I actually remember the the situation and the weekend quite well. Memory was not affected, but my cognitive function was fine. I got vertigo.
Hmm.
I had gotten some vertigo. Don't really suffer from that anymore. And I also got what's called aphasia. So I knew what I wanted to say, but I would kind of cram a whole sentence into one word and it wouldn't really fucking make sense.
Uh,
And so I had to retrain myself how to talk.
wow.
So I had to do,
What were you were you bedridden, like hospitalized?
I was in the hospital for a weekend.
Oh, okay.
I got to go home. It was a long weekend, so I got to go home on the Tuesday. And, they gave me a few sheets of paper and there was 3-word sentences that I had to go through and read over and over. And then there's 4-word sentences and then 5-word sentences. That's how I
That's
retrained
crazy, man.
myself how to talk. And then a week and a day after I got out of the hospital, I went and saw an occupational therapist, and she's like, "Holy shit, you had brain injury a week ago? Yeah, no, you're going to be fine." Which, fortunately, I am.
Yeah.
Uh, and have been, but it was a very eye-opening experience for me because while I was in the hospital, I realized, okay, I'm 27 years old at the time. I'm on Nexium, which is prescription heartburn medication. I was getting sick every couple months because I could lift heavy things up and put them down, but I wasn't healthy as I thought I was,
Mm.
which is fairly common. And so, that's when I got into water because I realized, okay, if I'm going to start taking control of my health, water seems like the right place to start because you can eat as healthy as you want, but if you don't pay attention to the hydration,
Yeah.
then you're not even taking care of half of the equation.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so
It's crazy
that's,
how that all worked out, eh? I mean, just your
isn't
near-death
it?
experience it led you to now what you're doing today, and all of it, I believe, is through divine orchestration.
Absolutely. Divine is the key word there. And, at the end of the day, pain is inevitable.
Yeah.
How you come out of it,
Yes.
what you learn from it, how you react to it, that's
Yeah.
what matters. And I'm learning that more and more. I had a terrible day yesterday. I had a real shit day yesterday. I could have let it get to me. Uh, but I realized, okay, it's all good. It'll all
Yeah.
work out the way it's meant to. And I built my son an IKEA kitchen, which building an IKEA anything without
Yeah.
losing your shit is a as an accomplishment on its own. But
Fair enough.
at
Yeah.
the tail end of a long, terrible day,
Mm.
I would I you bet your ass I made mistakes. I'm like, ah, fuck, I put this one on wrong and stuff. So, I gotta undo this and go back steps and stuff. But I was like, okay, all good, meant to happen.
Yeah.
Got it done in about an hour and a half. No help needed. No anger exerted.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no holes in the wall.
Yeah.
It's I've had some terrible experiences with IKEA furniture in the past, and
You got some
you know,
trauma with them.
yeah, well, that's the thing. I
Yeah.
look at
You're
that now, and I'm very, very like. This sounds weird, but I'm very proud of the fact that I was able to do that, especially in the emotional state that I was in.
exactly. So
You
that just
know,
shows the level of maturity that you've grown into, but from
yeah. Thank
I guess
you.
how you used to respond in those situations, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Even for me too, like I find myself still getting triggered in certain situations, but
of course,
I'm able to control the extent of how dramatic it is.
yeah.
And I take a step back, I kind of like step outside myself to examine the situation as it is. And while sometimes the situation does have merit for me to be frustrated, for me to be angry, emotional, whatever the case is, I just know that being in that state doesn't serve me. The
Yes.
moment I the moment I think that again, okay, well, why am I letting an anger or an emotional, state get the best of me? I just allow it to transmute out of my body, leave my body,
Mm, you
get
said the
get back
magic
into
word.
get back into just a state of neutrality, and
Mm.
then actually just problem solve from logic, not
Yep.
emotional.
Take that step back. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? What,
Yeah,
why, not that because life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. And you're, in the world where we are very, very rapidly figuring out manifestation and how it works. There's an interesting conversation that I heard, and it was based off of a very famous scene from the original Ghostbusters movie. It's the scene I can't even remember any of the Ghostbusters movie at all,
yeah,
but I know this scene. It's the scene where the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man
hmm
is this big giant marshmallow, but it's causing absolute havoc and chaos, right? Most people know of the scene. You can look it up. It's very easy. It's an iconic scene. Before that happens, Dan Aykroyd, one of the Ghostbusters, and also a big believer in aliens and entities and stuff,
hmm
he says, "Boys, we're going into the fourth dimension. Everything you think will manifest itself physically, so you got to keep your thoughts positive." So
Oh, that's pretty crazy. Okay.
one of them brings up a childhood memory. of the state
Ah,
of Marshmallow Man, being a positive memory as a kid. So then you
okay.
ask yourself, well, why is the marshmallow, why is this positive entity causing such chaos and havoc? And it's because of the emotional state in which they're in when they're thinking of these. So they may be
Mm,
thinking of a positive aspect, but they're being attacked in a state of fear,
right.
and so it comes out as chaos and havoc.
Mm,
And so, and we know this now from with manifesting. It's not, oh, just thinking, oh, I've got $1 million in my bank account and then expecting it to show up. You know,
yeah.
for one, reach higher. $1 million doesn't really
Yeah.
go that far anymore. But feel what it's like to already
Right.
have it.
Yeah. Yes.
Feel what it would be like to buy the house that you would buy, take the trips that you would take, do the things that you want to do if you had that money. For me,
Mm,
I manifest very large amounts of money, not because I'm selfish and I want money so that I can do nice things. We all want to do nice things.
yeah.
I do nice things, but I want to contribute back to helping people heal.
Ooh, powerful.
I am focused on being of, opening healing centers where people can come and use the really fucking cool tools that I have to do what 14 generations prior to us haven't done shit all on. And
Wow.
that is,
You're saying
that's,
you have tools that can help you heal through all
oh,
this.
I've got some fucking tools, bro.
Okay. Okay.
You know, having just moved and living in a townhouse, I'm able to actually have a lot of my tools out and being able to use it. You know, like I was just sitting there stacking therapies because we only have so much time in the day. And I'm like, okay, I want to do red light therapy. I also want to do hydrogen inhalation, but I also want to use my brain tap meditation technology. So I've got binaural beats and lights that are helping with hemispheric synchronization in my brain while I'm breathing
Oh yeah.
hydrogen in. That's getting me into my parasympathetic nervous system,
State.
putting
Yeah.
me from fight or flight into rest and digest, and then using red light therapy as a tool to help. I mean, it's actually a face mask, but I use it on my knees because one of the other tools that we have, AI, ChatGPT, kind of fucked me. But taking responsibility, I fucked myself with this. I got it to create a athlete based style functional training program, and I just about blew my knees out
Wow.
in the first week because I was just like I went so hard on it, and I'm like, holy shit,
Gotcha.
man. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'll use that on my knees, and my wife will use it to on her knee or back, or her kidney was actually hurting, and she can use it there, and that's just three of the different technologies. You should see the Pi Cube or Phi that we will have on. Nope, there it is. I told you.
Mm,
Tech for Health. It should be up there any day, but it uses magnets, and they are strategically placed in a Fibonacci spiral, and you put one on either side of you that's like positive and negative, and it will. It's like defragmenting a computer where it's like, and it's putting everything. It'll help you get into alignment physically
oh,
and
okay.
more very quickly.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I meet a lot of cool people doing what I do, and some of those people have invented incredible technology,
Wow.
and these are all phenomenal tools for us to use. I mean, EMF protection is a very popular tool right now to protect you from EMF, and I used to
Yeah.
sell it, and I have EMF protection in my house. But guess what? I realized that the best EMF protection that you can possibly have is you. The greatest tool to heal the human body is the human body.
Okay. Elaborate on that.
We How you talk to yourself,
Ah.
and I spell that CLLF, or we can throw PH in there. That you're talking to your cells. Think about
Yes.
it. We have 75 trillion cells inside our body. All of them are listening to every word that we say and the emotions and feelings that
Yeah.
come with it.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know whether you're joking. I used to joke about myself because I used comedy, self-inflicting comedy as a
Self-deprecation.
there you go. That's the
Yeah.
word I was looking for. Apparently, the aphasia isn't completely gone. No, I use it as the way to sidestep like what's actually going on.
Yes,
My
makes
cells
sense.
don't know. Your
Yeah,
cells
yeah.
don't know whether the anxiety that you're just fucking making up in your inside your head, which is most of anxiety, is real or made up. It doesn't know if you're making it up or you actually literally have a fucking gun to your head.
Yeah.
And this is where people will say, and I agree that we are an extension, a holographic version of God experiencing human life itself.
Yep.
And so how you talk to your cells yourself makes the biggest difference. I mean, look at the placebo and nocebo effect. We know about the placebo effect. That should be studied more than any other fucking drug or treatment or tool that there is. There's also the nocebo effect. That is, talking yourself into having something when you had nothing before.
Mm.
You can talk yourself into having cancer a lot quicker than you
Oh yeah.
realize.
I've seen it happen when people they assume they might theorize they have something going on,
Mhm.
but the moment they get the diagnosis from the doctor, it rapidly starts to get worse.
Yeah. And yeah, you're always, yeah, and that's, you are your best doctor because nobody
Yeah.
knows you more than yourself. The problem is if you're not taking the time to be and you're just doing, then you don't know yourself as well as you probably think.
No. Yeah.
You know, and,
You're just allowing old programs to just like automatically play,
yeah.
and that's why to be a master of self, you always got to be continually reevaluating, reassessing, self-reflecting,
Yep.
and changing what doesn't serve you.
Yeah, and as non-biased as possible, like as least the least ego-driven as
Yeah.
possible. This is the
Right.
definition of going from 3D to 5D. 3D is, what's in it for me? How do I benefit? 5D is how do we benefit?
Hmm.
What's in it for
Hmm.
us?
Yeah.
And we are connected. Every human here is a part of this planet, and we are all connected by our thoughts, feelings, and emotions.
That's right.
Once you understand that and you start treating others as if they are an extension of yourself, in comes world peace, love, and harmony.
That's right.
Because you want peace inside. We all do. You
Yeah.
want to love yourself and you want this to operate in a state of harmony. We want this all to harmonize together.
Yeah.
And that's
And
alignment.
that's why every time I see people who, let's say, might be hostile towards me, and anytime that some people might judge me in a certain way or say a negative comment about me,
Yep.
I never judge them in reverse.
Yep.
I always try to see them from a place of compassion because I know that they, let's just say, hurt people, and
Absolutely.
there's a reason why a lot of people are hostile. There's a reason why people are angry. There's a reason why people, uh, project negative energy. It's
Mhm.
because of whatever experience or pain or trauma, whatever you want to call it, that they went through, that's creating this reality that they live in.
Yep.
So it's not their fault
No.
that they're that way. However, it is their responsibility to change it. The
Yes.
only thing is, though, a lot of people just don't even have awareness, and that's where it all starts. You got to have awareness on why you are the way you are. That's why I keep falling back into saying it starts with self analysis, self assessment, self reflection. And the more you can understand your thought patterns, your behavioral patterns, why you make decisions, why you take action, why you don't take action, why you're scared to take risks,
Mhm.
why are you living with fear, scarcity, and lack versus why can't you be abundant, and fulfilled. It's once you understand your life to that degree, you can now mold, program, and rewire your mind to actually serve you in the direction you want to create the
Yeah,
dream life that you want here on earth, which over time, once you have your dream life, it's about giving to others and serving others.
absolutely. It's like watching those big flocks of birds that
Yeah.
all fly together, right? They're moving
Hmm.
together as a collective, but in their own individual, unique ways. And I've, as someone who has spent lots of time in the past red pilling people, I don't do
Yeah.
that shit anymore because
Yeah.
it's not that's still here. That's
Yeah.
that's doing that for me.
That's
That
ego.
yeah, exactly. It's helping me try to affirm my
You're,
why, my belief
yes.
system.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
and
find, I find, to be honest, I found myself falling into those tendencies as well as me spewing my beliefs because I feel strongly about it, but at the end of the day, me spewing it is just me seeking validation.
yep. Seeking
And
validation. That's what I was looking for.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and like it's hard to distinguish sometimes because at the end of the day, yes, I am trying to help people by sharing my wisdom experiences, but
Hmm.
when I'm pushing it and to a point where, let's say, people aren't even ready
Yep.
to hear it, or they don't even resonate with it,
Yep.
that's when I'm just egotistically driven to do it.
Yeah, it's funny because I have this similar or same conversation multiple times a day. I genuinely do. That's a very huge benefit to doing what I do. Most people that are looking for my products to heal are on this path and kind of understand why they're going that way so I can talk. But most people that I know,
Yeah,
family, friends from school and stuff like that, they're way off in their world. But I love
yeah,
them and I hold space for them and
that's
we'll
it.
be here whenever they need because that's another part of my job is to serve.
I, I,
Servitude is
I
the
do
best attitude.
I do feel though that population of people will eventually start to see the signs because as one person starts to wake up, that vibration will just slowly permeate across the globe to
Yep.
eventually allow other people to start just getting to that level of consciousness.
As someone that is not shy about my belief system, not seeking validation of it
Yeah.
anymore.
Hmm.
um, I've had many conversations. I've seen many people that are very, very close to me go from thinking I'm a fucking nut job to
Yeah.
understanding where I'm coming from, at least understanding, what's going on, understanding that we are, we haven't, we're not going through the end of times. We've already gone through it. The world that we knew growing up, that's dead. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's okay because when you learn about what that world was and what was hiding in the shadows, you want that shit to end. It
Hmm.
was very dystopian.
Yeah.
And so, the end of times isn't we're programmed to think of that as a negative thing. It's a very beautiful thing because it's also the beginning of the rise upwards from the bottom, which is Kuli Yuga, and going into the positive side of the cycle that we're going in, and that's
Yes.
the golden age.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
oh
I'm
man,
excited. I'm excited for it.
oh
It's
bro,
gonna be
I
all love. It's gonna be a love piece. It's gonna be everyone's gonna embody gratitude. It's
yep.
gonna be a good world.
We've gotten programmed so negatively that
Yeah.
thinking that way is like, "Ugh, yeah, no, that's not gonna work." It's like, yes, it will. Take off your masks,
Yep.
take off your layers,
That's right.
because underneath all of that dense shit that we've piled on ourselves is nothing but light and love.
Love.
That's
Yeah.
all we are.
That's right.
And so, I mean, we need to not have such a big gap in between this chat on our next one, but we do need to wrap this one up.
Sure.
When I let it go a little bit longer than I had allotted for us because it's just such a good conversation. And I
Yeah.
think this will resonate with a lot of people. Not everyone, and
Mhm.
that's just fine. We love you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
may
exactly.
not like what we're saying or like what we've covered here, but we love you
Yes, right.
regardless.
Anything we say, if it rustles some feathers, like I said earlier, it's a sign, a cue for you to start doing some inner
Yeah.
reflection on why that is the case.
Yeah, look
And
within. Why
yeah,
why is it ruffling
why?
your feathers? Figure that out. Go deep in that. Feel that shit.
Yeah,
Feel
exactly.
it. Let it flow. That's another
Mm,
big purpose as to why we're here is to feel human emotions because
yeah,
it's quite an experience if you actually sit there and feel it and learn from it and tap
yeah.
into your innate wisdom that is built into every DNA strand that is
Ooh,
inside our body.
yeah,
It's
that's right.
it's really it may seem if you're looking at it, what they want you to see, it may seem like a very, very dark time. It's literally the exact opposite. It
Right.
is the best time to be a human experiencing life on this planet because things are getting and have gotten a lot better if you know where to look.
Yes, yes. This is, I would say, one of the most pivotal times of our lives in the
Of
existence
humans,
of
yes.
of
Yeah,
human,
absolutely.
right? And it's an exciting period if you are in tune with what's going on. But
Yes.
that's why it does require you to wake up,
Hmm.
and listen to what we have to say, and don't take it personally, whatever we're saying,
Yep.
but just use it as insight for what's going on in your life to eventually begin your healing journey, begin to, resolve parts
Ask
about yourself
questions.
that is, like you said, have the layers on your body,
Yep.
and eventually shed those layers to get to a point where now you're just all love.
Yeah, buddy. Love it.
Yeah.
Pun sort of intended there. I love it. um, John, thank you.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you
Great,
for
great chats
all
always.
you do. Yeah,
Absolutely.
and I genuinely mean all that you do, including and especially all the things that you do up here and from here.
Thank you.
You
Appreciate that.
are the salt of the earth. You are a gem of a human being, a leader in many different ways, and I am grateful and honored to have had this conversation with you.
Likewise, man. And I'm sure there'll be many more.
There has to be. This is just too
Absolutely.
good. This is too good.
Yes.
I can't wait to post this. Looking forward to it. I've got another podcast that I'm posting with. Actually, her name's Maria Molinaire. Actually, her last name just changed because she got married.
Ah,
But she goes by she calls herself the Cell Fairy. She has a whole program on how to talk to your cells. We did a
wow,
podcast
that's cool.
talking about that. I think that one's going to be right up your alley. So I
Yeah,
will
yeah.
try to
I'll give it a
post that
listen.
today,
Nice.
and I'll send you the link when I have it up.
Cool, man. Looking forward to it.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, and
Absolutely. Thank you.
we'll see you next time.
Cheers.